Hey, what's up guys? If you're a fan of noodle soup and you're a spicy food lover like I am, you definitely need to know about this amazing recipe called Sopa de Fideo. Fideo soup is a Mexican soup that is made with lightly toasted noodles that are simmered in a spiced tomato-based broth. And it's absolutely delicious, definitely a way to really amp up your noodle soup with big flavor and make your taste buds very happy. So let me show you how to make it. All right, Sopa de Fideo, my friends, Fideo soup. I think you're gonna love this deliciousness. So the first thing you wanna do to make Fideo soup is to make your sauce. And the sauce is the super important flavor element to this dish. It's essentially a spiced tomato sauce. So here I have 1 pound of fresh tomatoes, but you can also use canned tomatoes. And if you do use canned tomatoes, then I would suggest using fire roasted, which I just love, I love. And don't spill all over like me. Just kind of rough chopping here. And I have a small onion rough chopped, along with 4-ish cloves of garlic rough chopped. You can always add more if you want to. You know me, gorgeous garlic. All right, and also now we have our seasonings. Here I have 1+ teaspoons of guajillo powder, same amount of ancho powder. And you can use more if you want to. You can also use dried pods that are rehydrated, as well as a teaspoon of Mexican oregano, dried Mexican oregano, and salt to taste. About a half teaspoon or so, maybe a quarter. All right, we're gonna process this up here. All right, got my sauce all processed up here. And you can process it to as thin or really as chunky as you want it to be. And you can strain it if you want to. I usually don't strain it, but I like it just a slightly bit chunky. So we're gonna transfer this over to a bowl, like so. Yum, look at that. Deliciousness right here. Check it out, guys. Check it out. Behind the scenes, guys, don't waste no sauce. A quick note about the sauce, guys. You can actually make this sauce ahead of time and keep it in the fridge or even freeze it. It freezes perfectly. Sometimes I like to make batches ahead so I can make this recipe pretty much anytime I want to. It's just really easy. Great way to save some time. All right, now I have my cooking station all set up here. The next step is to cook some chorizo. Chorizo is not always used when making sopa de fideo. I like it as a spicy food lover. It adds an extra delicious flavor element to it. But you can leave it out if you want to. So add a little bit of oil to your pan, nice hot pan. And I have 4 ounces of chorizo. Cook that. And you're only gonna cook it through just a few minutes, maybe 3 to 4 minutes. I highly suggest chorizo. Yum. And I do have a recipe for homemade chorizo. You can make it yourself and make it extra spicy if you want to. And I'll add a link to that right up here somewhere. Dude, it smells so good in here. Chorizo cooking in the kitchen. Yum. All right, my chorizo's cooked through here, and it seriously smells amazing in here. Gonna move it over to a bowl and set it aside for now. All right, chorizo's moved over. Next, we're gonna go ahead and toast our noodles, the Fideo noodles. Fideo actually means noodle in Spanish. And these are like a really thin vermicelli style noodle. And you can buy them at a Mexican grocery store, sometimes at a regular grocery store, or even order them online. But honestly, you can just use vermicelli as well, and you can kind of like break it apart and toast them in the pan. So we're gonna go ahead and toast these in the same pan. You can add a little bit more oil if you need to, but I have lots of sort of oil from the chorizo. Let me get this back going again. Got an 8-ounce package. You can use a little bit more, a little bit less. And this particular style, it's like a coil style. But a lot of the times when I find them in the store, they're kind of already broken up and smaller. But vermicelli works great too. But if you need to, you can break it up a little bit. Just a little bit, don't go crazy. All right, so we're gonna brown this in the pan for probably about 3 to 4 minutes, really just until everything starts to brown up nicely. You want the noodles to be nice and toasted, and that's sort of a feature really of Fideo soup is the nicely toasted flavor. It's like toasting rice, but you're toasting noodles instead. It does add an extra dimension of tastiness to your dish. All right, you can really see how it's browning up on the bottom nicely, so it's pretty important to keep stirring. You want to get a nice, even browning on this. And I have seen other recipes where they brown it in different ways, like you can deep fry them if you want to. I don't like to do that quite as much. It's a little messier, a little extra work. I just like to do it in the pan. It's pretty easy this way. All right, I've got a really nice level of toastiness that I prefer to my noodles here in the hot pan. So the next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and add the chorizo back to the pot, like so. And then we will add our sauce, our reserved sauce. I'm gonna stir this in here. And we're also gonna add some chicken stock here. So I made some chicken stock, but you can use bouillon and water. The amount of liquid here can really vary. If you want it to be more sauce-like, more like fideo secco, which is like more of a pasta. But this is fideo soup, so we're gonna add more. Here I have 4 cups, but you can add 6 cups and make it even extra soupy to the rim. All right, I'm gonna stir this together. It's definitely quite a bit of liquid, but this is a soup dish. Very, very delicious. All right, so we'll go ahead and bring this to a boil, and then you will reduce heat and simmer for about 10 minutes, really until the noodles kind of absorb up a lot of the liquid and get delicious to your preference, and then we will continue. All right, while this is simmering, let's talk about variations. This is a very easy soup recipe to change up pretty much however you want to. You can add other proteins to this dish if you want to. It's often served without any protein, but I love adding chorizo, as I mentioned. It's nice and spicy, Mexican chorizo. But you can add things like chicken or even seafood to this dish, and pork. Lots of different ways to add proteins. Also, you can add lots of different vegetables to this dish. I think it's actually pretty good with potato or sweet potato. Definitely not traditional, obviously. But you can add other things like corn. Squash is really good in here. So pretty much any of your favorite vegetables can round out this dish and make it interesting for you. Oh, don't forget the hot sauce. This is optional for everybody who likes it a little bit extra spicy. This is my homemade habanero hot sauce that I still have some of. It's almost gone. Boo. But really, you can use whatever hot sauce you like to your own preference. Just a little or a lot, really to your personal preference. Just don't spice out your wife.
Don't kill me.
Sorry, Patty. Check it out, guys. Look at that. Yum. Deliciousness right here. You know what I love about this particular recipe is not only the texture of the noodles in the dish, but I really love the overall boldness and richness of the tomato sauce that's enhanced by the flavor of the chili powders, and also the herbaceous flavor that's pretty earthy with the Mexican oregano. When you simmer it all together, it all just comes deliciously together into a dish that always hits the spot for me. When you're ready to serve, just go ahead and serve it into bowls, and you can top it with all your favorite garnishes like crumbly white cheese, some fresh chopped cilantro, maybe a squeeze of lime juice, a little extra hot sauce, chili flake, avocado is good, pretty much anything you want to. So I think it's time to give it a taste. All right, let's give it a taste. Seriously, you guys are gonna love this. Ooh, a little extra kick to it. That's how you make fideo soup, my friends. Sopa de Fideo, absolutely delicious. I'd really love to hear what you think. If you're looking for some more delicious, amazing, spiced up recipes, check it out, what's popping up right here. Bam, bam, boom, boom, whatever. And anyway, hey, thanks for hanging out in my kitchen with me today. I really love hanging out and cooking with you guys. Love to hear what you think of the recipe in the comments below, and I definitely hope to see you next time. Mike from Chili Pepper Madness. Bye.